Welcome to the video. This is from the durianrider.com coaching group, requested by a few people. So, Harley, can you give a response video to this one? This is by Eric Lagerstrom. Again, this is not a hate video, just sharing comments and criticisms. I haven't watched this video. They might be pro-carb, low-carb, pro-vegan, no-vegan. Well, I don't know what's going on, but let's do a video. I'm going to share my off-the-bat reaction. Again, no hate to anyone in this video, just going to share honest criticisms here. Might not even be any criticisms. Might be just like, wow, there's people on point. Let's get into it.
Alright, today's the day you've all been waiting for, or at least 12 of you have been waiting for, according to the comments. We're doing what we eat in a day.
First thing I noticed, it could be just observation, might be just that time of day, because people are sleepy. These guys and girls, they look pretty tired, the eyes. But again, maybe they're just working up. Maybe this is 6 a.m. in the morning, it's like, oh, just working up. Maybe it's bedhead. But if it's end of the day and they look this tired, I'm going to say maybe too much caffeine. And speaking of which, kicking horse coffee, cliffhanger espresso. If you have to start the day with stimulants, people, just for basic function, then you need more sleep, you need more water, you need more sugars.
Hey everyone, we're Eric and Paula, and we've been professional triathletes for 10 years. We've gotten a lot of comments lately.
Now, so professional triathletes for 10 years, a decade. That's a really, really long time. That's amazing. Professional, what does professional mean? It means many things to many people. For me, professional means you're earning like 6 figures a year. You're buying your house, you're paying off. You got, you're flossing, you're flexing. You don't have a second job. Your parents aren't paying your way, and that's fine if they are. That's totally fine if they are. But my definition of professional is like you're probably getting $100,000 at least a year, maybe or even $50,000 a year. That's decent wages, or sort of. So at least I'd say professional for me is $50,000 US plus a year. Anything less than that, I mean, it depends where you live as well, isn't it? But if you live in Thailand, you live $5,000 a year, you're living like a king or queen. So professional, I don't know what that means. I know a lot of people, a lot of kids on the cycling circuit or triathlon circuit, they have rich parents, and the parents can just make it rain, and that's fine. If you've got rich parents to pay your travel and stuff like that, and so you can be professional, there's nothing wrong with that either. Living the dream.
A lot of requests for a video about what we eat in a day. Well, you're about to find out. From cereal for breakfast to cereal before bed, and everything in between. We're going to show you. Thanks for following along.
There we go.
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Out of 10, how many?
They're not like my favorite beans of all time, so maybe like a 7. Good execution though.
Or we've put off doing this for a long time is because we don't actually know. We don't count calories. We sort of eat pretty freely. We both took nutrition courses in college and worked with nutritionists through our federations, like trying to go to the Olympics and stuff. So we've had a lot of experience with it, but
Most nutritionists have no idea. They just parrot social narratives. They're not thinking left field or right field. They're just parroting, I learned this at university, this is what you do. Not too much sugar, make sure you earn your carbohydrates, healthy fats, make sure you get your protein. It's just like parroting. It's like, it's a joke. Most nutritionists couldn't even run a freaking 40 minutes, sub 40 minute 10K. Most nutritionists have eating disorders. That's why they get nutrition, because they want to hide it. And, I'm a nutritionist, I can't eat this food. So just, I'm a nutritionist, It's just hilarious. Most nutritionists, dietitians, no idea.
currently we don't keep track of it. We just practice what we feel like is good eating habits. So we're going to be discovering this as we go. All right, every morning I have cereal. I like to combine cereals. The way that I pick out cereal at the grocery stores, I kind of have like 3 or 4 different things that I like. Basically, I cross-reference how much on sale my favorite cereals are, and then I don't really pick cereals based on the ones that have the lowest sugar content. If I have a
Okay, so it's getting a little bit red flag here, but maybe that's a little diss at the low sugar people. Let's find out.
sugar.
But cereal, carbs, good.
If I have a cereal, then I, like in the middle of my first workout, I just have the sugar crash, and it sucks. So there you go.
Okay, sugar crash. Okay, this is not good.
With almond milk.
I would be going for using water. Triathlete, you want to be as skinny as possible, not skinny. So I shouldn't say skinny, as athletically possible, where you're maintaining sufficient hemoglobin and cortisol, etc. function. All right, so as slim as athletically sustainable. Here we go. It's better wording.
What is some weight? Good old Dave, local guy.
That's a lot of fat. So this explains why the person's... Is that peanut butter? Damn! That is a huge thing. This explains the sugar crash. This is way too much fat. This guy's sprinkling... Hang on. He's mute that for a second. He's sprinkling them on.
If my math over the years, roughly, is correct, I should be getting me close to 1,000 calories for breakfast. I personally try to hit 1,000 calories from breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and have snacks in between, especially when...
That's a good ballpark, but bro, that's way too much fat, man. That's going to make your red blood cells stick together. What's the point of having good hemoglobin if we're not maximizing that red blood cell minimum viscosity? We want to have thin blood. We want to have thin blood. That much fat is going to cause lipemia. Obviously, this guy's training the house down. So the lipemia is lessened, but it still has that lipemic burden in the blood where the blood fats are going up, triglycerides going up. It's just like that. It's limiting oxygen transfer, uptake, and delivery to the cells because it's too much fat. The red blood cells are sticking together. Red blood cell aggregation. Erythrocyte aggregation, they call it. It's just red blood cells sticking together. Can't breathe as good inside the body.
We get into the heavier training loads later in the year. You say anything about your breakfast?
Yeah, I had the same thing. 2 pieces of toast, almond butter instead of peanut butter.
This girl here looks very, 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 very tired. She should be back in bed sleeping.
Hemp seeds. Now I'm just waiting for my coffee.
Girl, go back to bed. Go back to bed. Go back to bed. No coffee. No coffee for you. No coffee for you. Go back to bed. Look how tired she is. She's in sleepy land still. But girl, put the PJs back on, close the laptop, go back to bed, and then come out when you've had enough rest. This is the mistake here. This girl, we can make her a next level. Look at this. She's waking up tired. She's using stimulants to stay awake in the morning. If you're going to use a stim, it should be just race day only, or, we're already just feeling amazing, and you want to go the extra 1%. I never, ever use stimulants if I'm tired. Ever. It's just like... Just whipping yourself. That's just bad recovery practices. Bad deployment of stimulants.
I'm not sponsored. EFS Canada actually sent me this to try, and I really like it. EFS America guy wasn't interested in talking to me. 1 scoop of...
So here's where brands miss out. They should sponsor people like this. These people have got like 40k subs. They've got 100,000 views. You'd be stupid not to sponsor this couple if you've got some sort of sports you'd be dumb. You'd be dumbs not to give these people free product they can put in their social... Oh, man. In 10 years' time, brands are going to be kicking themselves. They're going to get into YouTube influencers earlier.
Electrolyte, 96 calories, 16 grams of sugar. It's a 2-hour bike ride. I'll probably have 2 bottles in 2 hours.
My nutrition strategy is I do about 350 calories per hour on the bike. I try to model it after what I do when I'm racing, so I would basically have 2 bottles with 350 calories in them and then try to just put down a 3rd bottle.
Whoa! So that's going to be from sugar. He didn't say that though, but it's going to be from sugar. You want to say it. It's from sugar because people might unsubscribe.
I try to put down just a 3rd bottle of water. I'll put about 80 calories worth of energy drink in there, and then I'll fill the rest up with maltodextrin, or do a partial maltodextrin and then partial just having a bar while we're exercising. But
we use the word maltodextrin. Without your sugar, maltodextrin.
I find it about 350 calories an hour is when I can do like a 4-hour bike.
350 calories per hour of carbohydrates. There's around 90 grams of sugar per hour. But isn't it amazing these people can't say that? You hear, even on the Tour de France commentary, make sure you have your nutrition. He's having a nutrition, having a gel, having sugar. It's amazing the word sugar, how it's like it's a social pariah. It's crazy.
I did not feel horrible in the last hour. Today's bike ride though, 2-hour bike ride, low RPM, hard intervals.
I think you're doing 6 and I'm doing 7.
All right.
I always got 1 extra.
This girl, there's no way she should be doing intervals with this fatigue. No, like she'll do it because I can tell she's just hard, gets it done, but she ain't gonna absorb it properly. She needs to go back to bed and then get out of bed when she's fresh and then hit those intervals. Then you can hit a max and you can absorb them. There's a difference between doing the training and burning yourself out and looking haggard and tired versus getting fresh, getting recovery, doing those intervals and having glow and having passion and having fun and wanting to do this all the time and not having this like, oh, this sucks because you're so tired. People, get the rest.
So I can take it.
That's the thing, these triathlete people, these runners, these cyclists who are at that high level, they know how to push themselves, man. They've got a chip on the shoulder or some drive in their head. They know how to do that, and recovery is their worst thing ever, you know. The ability to train when you're tired isn't a good thing to do. This isn't like a multi-day event where it's like the Tour de France, where you have to sort of deal with that sort of fatigue level. This is a one-day event, triathlon. You want to be fresh, all right? You want to embrace the freshness. It's intensity. Triathlon's about pure intensity from the gun. It's intensity from the gun. Every swim, every pedal, every run is from the gun. It's intensity. It's not like the Tour de France where it's chitting and chatting and talking on the bike and, you know, last climb we smash it. It's like on from the gun. So you got to be fresh as.
Because I don't do double runs.
Help me catch the most wanted art thief in the world.
They're doing a Zwift. I saw an uncut steerer there. Hope there's a long plug in that so it doesn't snap on you guys. Whey protein. Whey protein's great if you want to bulk. If you want to be heavier for the run, hit the whey protein. Too much fat. Well, what? What's the point of burning off all that fat and then going to eat more fat to replace the fat you just burnt off? That's a lot of fat. It would taste great, but it's too much fat. It's too much fat. It's too much protein. I would give this girl 5 bananas, 150 grams of sugar, and a quart of water. All right, and she's gonna go, "Wow, my legs feel fucking incredible on that." This is too much fat. This is like, what's the point of doing that hard Zwift workout, burning fat, trying to get leaner, and then you just, I mean, like, it's just, what is going on? That's just too much fat. You can never be your ideal race weight eating that much fat. It's just so much harder. Looks like one of our cats. Damn. Looks like Boo Boo.
Alright, we're headed to the pool.
second workout of the day. Actually, the last workout of the day. We don't have a lot of volume right now since this is only our second week back to training.
I would move to somewhere sunnier. This place sounds like a freaking cold, rainy shit show.
It's gonna be nice to have an early finish to the day, though. Neither of us really.
How rugged up they are. No wonder they're doing Zwift. I would too. Damn. Gee, guys, go to California, Florida, Georgia, Texas, New Mexico, Nevada, Arizona. Where are you, man? This looks cold and miserable. That ain't healthy.
Put anything in our bottles besides water when we swim, with the exception of if we have a hard workout right after the swim workout, then I try to put in some nutrition so I don't bonk in the middle of the next workout.
Put in some nutrition. Please, people, just let's just use the word sugar. I mean, like, what's the S word, man? The S word. I'm going to have some nutrition so I don't bonk. Okay, I'm going to have some sugar so I don't bonk. No, he's talking about nutrition. What is nutrition? Sugar. No. Let's just call it what it is. Sugar.
Workout.
There's nobody out there.
All right, it's really cold out there. We're going to go for it. We always have the indoor pool.
Man, this couple's hardcore. This is hardcore, man. Like, these kids are hardcore. This is, man, they would do so much better on less fat and move to somewhere warm. You know, like, what do they do? Oh, it's crazy. These guys have got talent, obviously, and perseverance, but they're not in the right environment, man. To maximize their results, to maximize their effort and hard work, they're not putting themselves up in the best environment to maximize those gains.
It's a backup option just in case, though.
They're performing in spite of eating excess fat and living in this cold, crappy, depressing, vitamin D deficient landscape they're in. So she's quite lean, but I could get her probably about 6 kilos leaner than that. She's a healthy weight. She's healthy weight. She has a great natural athletic aesthetic, but I could definitely get her leaner for the run. I mean, if you're a swimmer, that you're lean enough, but as a runner, you need to be a bit leaner. She's a great swimmer. Better than me. I'd last like 10 meters in this pool before I needed help. He's pretty lean as well, you know. He's pretty lean as well. It's all about the run, Gun. It's all about the run.
A little bit of a late lunch. Can't wait.
I just look at her. You know, I'm not sure what her name is. Sorry for that. But I see a girl with a lot of drive. You see those eyes of fire and passion. But she looks so tired. He looks reasonably fresh. He looks like he's handled the workload pretty good. Lady over here, this girl needs, she should have done maybe 2 hours on Zwift if she felt like it. But 6 hours or 7 hours, whatever it was, plus a swim with that fatigue. We're just digging ourselves into the overtraining zone right here.
I'm going to be in charge of making lunch.
Oh, you are?
As fast as possible.
Oh, sweet. I thought I had to make lunch.
Is that, what's that? What's he got there? Is that more fat? That's the worst thing you can do. Come back from training when you're really hungry and just start smashing in fat. That's what I mean. Like, we're just replacing all the fat we burned. We're not getting the carbs in when we should straight away after training. It's just, you know, this dude's hungry, so his body's going, man, highest calorie food possible. It's just not going to maximize his results at all, is it?
Basically, this is like a pasta dish I like to make, or you just cut up a ton of...
What they should be doing is drinking some sugar water, like at least 200 grams each. Just have a litre of water, put sugar in it, and you're just sipping that while they're making this pasta. What he's doing now, he's just was it hummus or something fatty. He's putting all that fat back in his system. You need the sugars, man. Man, imagine if I was training this kid. Imagine if I was their housemate and I was making all their food for him, as we were in Thailand or Adelaide, Australia. Imagine their performance, the spike. We were measuring their ferrit and their hemoglobin. Imagine the spike in performance this couple would have.
Vegetables, and then like tri-colored spiral pasta, and then mix it all together with feta cheese and olive oil and salt and pepper. And it tastes good hot, and it also tastes good cold as leftovers, kind of like a pasta salad. And you can really put any veggies in. I like to put peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes, spinach, really anything. And it's pretty quick to make. It takes like 15 minutes and super delicious.
Okay, so let's just play it back while we're filming here. We're just, Natasha's sleeping, so we have to keep our voices down a little bit. Shh. But yeah, you can sort of see him. Now he looks a little bit, his face looks good. He's got a bit of colour. This is cold, crappy weather, so he just looks a little bit tired, like his eyes a little bit sleepy. Now look at his mouth, how he's holding his mouth, and how he's holding his shoulders. His shoulders are pretty strong, but obviously it's been a tough day. They've exerted themselves a lot, so they're obviously going to be a bit more like, oof. But that pass there, that looks good, but that's, oh my, what's going on there? What's going on there? They're pouring the fat on there. God, man, damn, that's just crazy, isn't it? Like, like pouring oil on food and then go and do workouts to try and get lean. It's just like, what, and feta? Like, are we bodybuilding or are we doing triathloning here? Like, just cut the oil, cut the fat out, It's like, otherwise it looks good. The veggies, some sauce and pasta, that's all you need. Ideally with sugar beforehand, so you get that hit of glycogen restoration earlier. So this girl here, I should know her name. It's a bit rude. I don't know her name. We'll call it. I'm not going to call it Erica, but I see a natural athlete here. When I say natural, I don't mean not on gas. I just see that this girl is like. She's a natural. She's a born athlete. She's got great stock. She's got great genetics. She's just one of those. I've been around, so many women, Olympic level, in my life, national level, state level, etc., international level. I can pick them a mile away. If you line them up, who's an athlete or who could be a really good athlete, I can pick them. So this chick, I can just tell she's just, just a gun, just a monster. But her diet is letting her down. Her lifestyle is letting her down. She's performing in spite of a poor diet and a poor lifestyle. I should say poorer, or less optimized. It's not as optimized as it could be. Now she's having some tortilla, and they're crap. These little bread things. They're little snack. She's got to have white rice. She has to have cereal, cornflakes, sugar, and water. That's like, it makes your legs and arms feel so good the next day. People say, oh, but they're professional, blah, blah, blah. That's the arrogance and the ignorance where people say that professionals can't improve. You know what I mean? That they can't improve. Like, look at the shoe technology right now. You've got the Nike Vaporfly, the Nike Alphafly. If you're running in anything else than that, other than those two shoes, then you're losing time to your competitors. So just because you're professional when you run for Asics or Zoots or New Balance or whatever, it doesn't mean you got the best shoes. It means you got the second best shoes. You have the Nike Vaporfly, etc. It's just the same with sugar and eating too much fat and not enough sugar and fearing carbs or fearing sufficient carbs. It's the same sort of mentality. That cat looks like one of ours. But they're in Washington, Seattle. What? That's crazy, man. Get out of those places. I see avocado. I see even more fats. Like, look how lean I am. Can you? And I'm on steroids. I'm like 80 kilos. If I'm not on steroids, I'm like low 60s. Can you imagine if I trained as much as these people do? I'd probably like 30 kilos, man. Like, and that's the thing, is that people often overtrain to get skinny, trying to get leaner. But then look at it, they're pouring more oil in there. They're pouring oil in the avocados as well. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like Jabba the Hutt called, he wants his fat back. It's like, why are we eating so much fat? We're just going to have to burn it off in the next session. You know what I mean? And you have to do more training and less sleep. And it doesn't make any sense. You're spinning backwards. The more fat you eat, the less your red blood cells work properly. So yeah, this is the reality. Drugs in sport, triathlon, they're rampant. This is part of the deal. You've got to have high hemoglobin. You've got to smash through stimulant usage, cortisone usage, hormones. It's part and parcel of professional triathlon. Obviously, people only talk about that openly because sponsors and stuff, but whatever drugs people use, they work better with the less fat you eat. because as you're producing more red blood cells from the hormones, the EPO, etc., they're eating more fat, then they're starting to clot up, they're thickening up. Why take drugs and then go and eat so much fat, people? It's like, it's just silly. It's just silly. It's absolutely silly. So you want to have enough carbohydrate that your red blood cells can do their job. And that is going to be based on your cravings. If you're craving more sugar, you need more sugar. That's your red blood cells saying, give me more sugar. We need to replicate and proliferate. So now here we've got some taco things. That's a snack. There's not enough carbs in that. I suspect these people have a massive stash of gummy bears and jelly beans and cereal with sugar or honey on it or whatever. And honey's not the best because honey's acidic. Sugar is pH neutral. Honey's about 3 on the acid-base scale there. So yeah, sugar's definitely pH neutral. Sugar's great for your muscles afterwards. Sugar is the recovery. Protein's good if you want to get bigger. I'm trying to get up to 90 kilos, so I'm smashing the protein in. Protein. The more protein you eat, the heavier you are. And as a triathlete, I could be wrong, but the goal is not to get heavier. Especially these people are already lean enough as it is, and they could probably a little bit leaner for the run. Anyway, that's the deal. Cute cap, great edit, guys. But yeah, less fat, more carbs. Sleep in. If you're tired, sleep in. Only use stims when you're really peaking and flying and doing really well. Otherwise, sleep in, skip the session, or do a half session. All right, you got to have sleep. Otherwise, you just burn out.